My name is Clara Evans, and I grew up believing my life was simple, ordinary, and peaceful. I lived in a small town surrounded by green fields, with a mother who always smiled, cooked my favorite food, and kissed me goodnight. For 26 years, I never questioned a thing. But sometimes, the smallest thing can open the biggest mystery. It all started on a rainy Tuesday afternoon. I was cleaning the attic of our old house while my mother, Margaret, was out shopping. The attic smelled of old books and forgotten time. I sneezed as dust floated in the air like snowflakes. While sorting through boxes, I found an old wooden chest I had never seen before. It was locked, but the key was lying right beside it, as if waiting for me. Something in me hesitated. Still, curiosity won. When I opened the chest, I found baby clothes, faded letters, and photographs. One photo made my heart stop. It was of a young woman holding a baby. The woman didn't look like my mother. Her hair was darker, her smile different. But the baby looked like me. My hands shook as I turned the photo around. On the back, in neat handwriting, it said, "Clara, my sunshine. Love, Anna." Anna? I had never heard that name before. My heart started racing. Who is Anna? I whispered to the empty attic. The silence felt heavy, almost watching me. That evening, when Mom came home, I tried to act normal, but my mind couldn't stop spinning. At dinner, she served vegetable soup, my favorite since childhood. I stared at her soft brown eyes, the wrinkles near her lips, her calm smile. Could she really be hiding something from me? "Mom," I said slowly, "who's Anna?" Her spoon froze halfway to her mouth. For a second, her face went pale. Then she smiled too quickly. "Anna? That's no one, dear. Why do you ask?" I swallowed hard. I found an old photo in the attic. A woman holding me as a baby. It said, "Love, Anna." She put the spoon down. "Clara, I told you not to dig through the old things up there." Her voice was soft, but trembling. "I just want to know the truth," I said quietly. She stood up and began washing dishes even though dinner wasn't finished. "Some things are better left in the past," she whispered. That night, I couldn't sleep. My thoughts ran wild. What if she wasn't my real mother? Why hide it? I decided to find out. The next morning, after Mom left for her volunteer work, I went back to the attic. I searched through the box again and found a folded piece of paper tucked between the clothes. It was a hospital birth record, partially torn, but I could still read. Infant, Clara mother, Anna Walker date, 1999 hospital, Mercy Hill. Walker, not Evans. I sat down hard on the floor, the air leaving my lungs. Had my whole life been a lie? I went to the small public library in town. The librarian, Mrs. Green, had known me since I was little. She smiled warmly when she saw me. "Clara, dear, how's your mother?" I froze. "She's fine. Actually, Mrs. Green, do you remember anyone named Anna Walker who lived here a long time ago?" Her eyes widened slightly.
"Oh, dear.
That name takes me back. Anna Walker. Yes, I remember her. She was a sweet young woman. Moved here briefly before disappearing. It was a tragedy." My chest tightened. Disappearing? Mrs. Green nodded sadly. "She came here about 26 years ago, pregnant and alone. Rumor said She had some trouble with her family. She gave birth at Mercy Hill Hospital, then vanished a few months later. Poor girl. No one ever found out what happened. I felt dizzy. 26 years ago, the same year I was born. When I returned home, Mom was in the garden. She was trimming roses, humming softly. I stood by the porch, just watching her. I suddenly noticed something strange. I didn't look much like her. Her hair was lighter, her skin fair. People had told me before, but I always brushed it off. Now it felt like a puzzle piece falling into place. That night, I couldn't stay silent anymore. "Mom," I said, standing by her room door. "I know you're hiding something. Please. I need to know. Am I adopted?" She looked up slowly, her eyes filled with tears. "Clara, I wanted to tell you one day. I really did." "So it's true?" I whispered. My voice cracked. She nodded. "Yes. You are, but you are my daughter in every way that matters." I felt tears burning my eyes. "Who is Anna Walker?" Mom sat down on the edge of the bed, her hands shaking. "Anna was your biological mother. She was my best friend." My mind spun. "Your best friend?" She nodded again, her eyes distant. "We grew up together. She was kind, but her life was hard. When she got pregnant, the father refused to take responsibility. Her family abandoned her. I tried to help her as much as I could. When you were born, she loved you more than anything, but she was sick, very sick." I covered my mouth, afraid of what was coming next. "She knew she didn't have long, so she asked me to take care of you, to raise you as my own. She made me promise to give you a normal, happy life." A tear slid down her cheek. I couldn't say no. "When she passed away, I became your mother. Legally, I adopted you. But I never told you because I didn't want you to feel unwanted." The room felt quiet, except for my heartbeat. I didn't know what to feel: shock, sadness, confusion, love. It was all mixed together. The next day, I drove to Mercy Hill Hospital. I wanted proof. I needed to see it with my own eyes. The hospital was old and gray, but the records room still existed. After some paperwork, a kind nurse helped me find the old birth record. There it was. Clara Walker mother, Anna Walker. No father's name. The nurse looked at me with sympathy. "Your mother was brave," she said softly. "She came alone. I wasn't here then, but I've read the notes. She wanted you to be safe." Safe. That word echoed in my heart. When I stepped out of the hospital, I sat in my car and cried. Not because I was angry, but because two women had loved me enough to keep me safe in their own ways, one by giving me life, the other by giving me a home. That evening, I came home to find Mom sitting in the living room, waiting for me. She didn't look surprised. "You went to the hospital, didn't you?" she asked quietly. I nodded. "I had to." She smiled sadly. "I understand. You deserve to know where you came from." I sat beside her. "You could have told me." She sighed. "I wanted to, but every time I looked at you, I saw both pain and love. I didn't want to open that wound again. Anna trusted me to protect you from her sad story." We sat in silence for a while. Then I said softly, "You did protect me, Mom. You gave me a life full of love. I'm grateful for that." Tears rolled down her face. She reached out and held my hand. You're my daughter, Clara. Always will be. A week later, I went back to the attic. I wanted to learn more about Anna, not to replace my mother, but to understand the woman who gave me life. In the chest, I found another envelope, this one sealed. My name was written on it. My hands trembled as I opened it. Inside was a letter. My dearest Clara, if you are reading this, it means Margaret has kept her promise. You are safe and loved. I wish I could have been there to see your first steps, your first smile, your first heartbreak. But life had other plans for me. Margaret is the best person I have ever known. She will love you like her own, because in her heart, you will always be her child. Don't be sad for me. My love will live in you, always. Your mother, Anna. My tears fell on the paper, blurring the ink. At that moment, I realized something important. Love doesn't end with blood. Love continues through kindness, sacrifice, and memory. In the following months, I started writing about my story. I wanted to tell people that families come in many forms, and sometimes secrets are born not from lies, but from love. Mom supported me through every word I wrote. We even visited Anna's grave together. It was in a quiet corner of the old cemetery, a simple stone with her name. Anna Walker, 1979 to 1999. Her love lives on. Mom placed white lilies on the grave and whispered, "Thank you for trusting me." I placed my hand on the cold stone and whispered, "Thank you for giving me life." A year later, on my birthday, Mom handed me a small gift box. Inside was a silver locket. When I opened it, I found 2 tiny photos, one of her and one of Anna. "It's time you carried both of us," she said softly. I hugged her tightly. "I love you, Mom. Both of you." She smiled. "That's how it should be." Now, whenever people ask me about my family, I smile and say, I'm blessed with 2 mothers, one who gave me life and one who gave me love. Sometimes at night, I sit on the porch and look at the stars. I imagine Anna watching me from somewhere up there, proud that her daughter found the truth, found peace, and found love in the arms of the woman she trusted most. I still keep the letter in my bedside drawer, folded neatly, a reminder that life's greatest mysteries are sometimes born from the deepest love.